moment you smile. Kill me.
Isto é Macau, a fascinante Las Vegas do Oriente, é a mais amável e mais cruel das cidades, onde nem tudo o que parece ser é.
You got that oh how I need you expression. What a confession that is. Baby, I'm on the spot. Tell me you're not.
Queria-me para ir a Macau, onde se estavam a passar coisas estranhas e assustadoras, segundo as suas próprias palavras. Ela acreditava que podia ser a próxima vítima.
Because you kill me and keep me so alive. You got that
First of all, I was born in Mozambique. And then I went to Macau because my father was in the Navy. So at the time, people in the Navy, in the Army, they had to go from colony to colony. Although Macau was never really a colony, it was more like Portuguese territory under Chinese administration.
No, Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese territory under Portuguese administration. It wasn't really a colony. But yes, those were probably those years I spent in Macau were probably like the most important years of my life.
João had always told me stories about, and his stories about Macau was something that were always in our conversations. And in a way, he wanted to show Macau, he wanted to show me Macau. The film started as a documentary in a way. But then, while we were there, the film also took another direction. And we felt that, in a way, Macau was telling us stories that we just had to listen.
I kind of like to think about this film as a friend telling another friend a story. I think that's one way of we could like describe the film. Would you say so?
Yeah. And when you tell a story, sometimes you can go many ways. And so I think the film also goes many ways. Suddenly it changes and it becomes more introspective or more personal. Then it's more like a film noir or an adventure film. Then it's more like science fiction. I like a film to think the film also as something that evolves constantly in front of someone who is watching it or is seeing it in a cinema.
We had Macau by Sternberg on our head all the time. Of course, I mean it's not his best film, but it's Macau. And it's this interesting thing that actually Macau was shot in RKO studio, but to give credibility, they had this second crew going to Macau and get documentary footage to introduce Macau and therefore introduce the studios, the sets in
to give credibility to the sets that were painted and made up for as a fake Macau. And in a way what we tried to do was the opposite, with real images of real places, but they are not all Macau because some of the images were shot in somewhere else.
Actually, in the credits you see that Macau was shot not only in Macau but also in several places in China and even in Portugal.
Like the first sequence with Cindy, it was shot in Portugal.
So we are almost like reinventing this territory again. As I was saying, it's like this, almost like a documentary about this imaginary place. O meu nome é Guerra da Mata. Há pouco mais de uma semana recebi um e-mail em Lisboa de uma amiga de quem não tinha notícias há muito tempo. Sabia que a Candy tinha partido para o Oriente, atraída pelo exotismo ou por uma vida mais fácil, não sei. O certo é que lhe tinha perdido o rastro. Nesse e-mail contava que mais uma vez se tinha envolvido com os homens errados, só que agora as consequências eram muito graves. Um grande amigo seu tinha sido assassinado durante um inofensivo jogo de War Games.
you smile.